Today, we're actually going to skip forward from the Sword and Shield era all the way to Scarlet and Violet. We're going to take a look at the Paldea Evolved set because there's been a little bit of movement in terms of its value. Let's go ahead and take a look right now. So we're going to begin by taking a look at the singles for the set and see if there's been any movement in terms of them. So beginning off with number 10, we have the Tinkaton EX. 1 year ago, this card had a value of $18.16. It looks like its high is over here on August 7th at $18.64. Its low is over here on March 11th at $13.86, and its current value is $16.65. At number 9, we have the Boss's Orders Special Illustration card. 1 year ago, this card had a value of $21.98, which also happens to be its yearly high. It looks like its low is over here on January 22nd at $11.13, and its current value is sitting at $17.33. Coming up next, we have the Chi-Yu EX Special Illustration Rare. 1 year ago, this card had a value of $25.50. It looks like its low is over here at $13.97 on January 15th. By the way, that $22.50 was also its high, and it looks like over here right now, its current value is $18.73. Coming in at number 7, we have the Iono Full Art Trainer card. 1 year ago, this card had a value of $43.90. It looks like its high is over here on June 5th at $46.86, and its low is pretty recent actually on May 6th at $19.94, because its current value is $20.21. Coming in at number 6, we have the Super Rod Hyper Rare or the Super Rod Gold card. 1 year ago, this card had a value of $21.31. Looks like its low is over here on July 17th at $11.41. Its high is over here on April 1st at $25.80. And it looks like this card's current value is sitting at $21.31. Coming in at number 5, we have the Chien Pao EX Special Illustration Rare card. 1 year ago, this card had a value of $74.99, which also happens to be its yearly high. It looks like its low is over here on December 25th at $17.36, and its current value goes for $28.50. Number 4 on this list is the Tyranitar Illustration Rare card. 1 year ago, this card had a value of $46.22, which also happens to be its yearly high. Looks like its low is over here on January 22nd at $16.40, and its current value is $32.68. Coming in at number 3, and perhaps the most interesting one so far, is the Raichu Illustration Rare. 1 year ago, this card had a value of $18.45. Looks like its low is over here on November 20th at $15.18, and it looks like it's currently in its high value of $41.39. The number 2 card for Paldea Evolved in terms of its value is the Iono Special Illustration Rare card. 1 year ago, this card had a value of $75.11, which also happens to be its yearly high. It looks like its low is over here on March 4th at $73.05, and its current value is $75.11. Then finally, the number 1 most valuable card thus far for Paldea Evolved is the Magikarp Illustration Rare. 1 year ago, this card had a whopping value of only $28.66, which also happens to be its yearly low. Since then, it has pretty much climbed up, and it looks like it hit its high pretty recently on April 29th at $109.73, and it's currently sitting at $100.77. So those were the top 10 most valuable cards for the set of Paldea Evolved. We look at their price trends over the last year, where they are now, their highs and lows, and we even saw some pretty big increases in value for a lot of these cards. We saw some pretty big decreases too, but where we really want to pay attention to is the value of sealed. Let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the least valuable sealed product, and obviously there's a variety of sealed products, but we're going to take a look at the ones we normally do. A single booster pack for Paldea Evolved is still nothing crazy. 1 year ago, it had a value of $4.58, which also happens to be its yearly high. It looks like its low was over here on October 16th at $2.50. It looks like its current value is sitting at $3.12. Next, we have the Paldea Evolved 3-pack blister with the Tinka-Tink promo. 1 year ago, this card had a value of $15.64, which also happens to be its yearly high. Looks like its low is over here on December 11th at $12.53, and its current value is $14.28. Then we have the Paldea Evolved Build and Battle Box, which obviously comes with a pre-made deck, a stamped promo card, and 4 booster packs. 1 year ago, this had a value of $23.32. It looks like its low is probably somewhere around here on December 25th at $13.68, and it looks like its current value is $14.95. Then we have a Paldea Evolve Booster Bundle, which comes with 6 booster packs. 1 year ago, this had a value of $24.55. Looks like its low is over here on July 10th at $21.54. It's currently in its high of $27.03. Then we have a Paldea Evolved Elite Trainer Box, which comes with 9 booster packs and 1 full art foil promo card featuring Pikachu. So, 1 year ago, this card had a value of $40.25, which also happens to be its yearly high. It looks like its low is over here on July 31st at $28.73, and then its current value goes for $35.74. And finally, the last sealed product we'll take a look at today is the Paldea Evolve Booster Box, which comes with 36 packs, and this is the product that I actually wanted to center the focus of the video on. So, 1 year ago, this had a value of $114.34. It looks like its low is over here on January 15th of $91.58, and its current value also happens to be its yearly high at $123.07. Now, this set has only been out for around a year, which is pretty incredible. So a lot of people are kind of bewildered and baffled and kind of really shining a light on how this set is already starting to see gains with it only being out within the last year. Because a lot of people too don't believe in Scarlet and Violet as a very investable set. A lot of people think that, you know, the Scarlet and Violet era might be a bit of a wash, or at least right now, it's not going to hold anywhere near the same value as what's it called? Sword and Shield, the Sword and Shield era, and a lot of the Sword and Shield sets, which to a certain extent is true, but as we can see, I mean, who knows if this will continue to tick up. But for a Scarlet and Violet box to hit the value of $123 USD after its release, like 1 year after, is pretty good. It's a pretty good price hike that a lot of people seem to be pointing out, and I wanted to just point it out myself too. I mean, is now a great time to invest in Paldea Evolved? I've heard statistically that the second set released for every era, for some reason, has a way lower print run and allocation than, say, the first set, and then the subsequent sets, or the sets after that. So who knows? I mean, a lot of people have said that so far Paldea Evolved is one of the best sets for the Scarlet and Violet era. So this definitely could be a nice set to pick up right now, especially while it's still relatively cheap. So there you have it. We just took a look at some of the singles and sealed product for the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet set of Paldea Evolved. We looked at their price trends over the last year, detailing the highs, the lows, where they are now, and where they were 1 year ago. Are you surprised to see some of the movements in the single and sealed departments? So starting off with the singles, obviously we saw massive gains with that Magikarp at almost quadrupled in value. We also saw some pretty big gains with that Raichu. And then for the sealed, particularly the booster box is where we want to detail our attention to, reaching $123. But we also saw some movement with the booster bundle as well, with it kind of having a dip down in the last year over the course of 6 months to its low, and then it kind of started to rise back up a bit. So is Paldea Evolved a set to keep an eye out for? I think it will be in the future. Is now a great time to pick it up? It absolutely could be. I mean, it's probably at its low that it's going to be for a while. I don't know if Paldea Evolved will receive a massive reprint, so it's definitely something to keep an eye out for. I'd love to know your thoughts on this set down below, and I'll catch you in the next video.